What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another Zomedica update, ticker symbol ZOM. You guys know this is probably my favorite play. It's what I truly consider one of my, most successful stock picks so far this year because it continues to do well over time, and I continue to have excitement about it, and it's not slowing down. More good news, more good sentiments are surrounding Zomedica, so I truly think and I hope that it continues to have this, bullish run. And no need for it to slow down. We know only good news is to come. Next month is going to be the commercialization of the True Pharma. But I did want to give a quick update because someone on the Discord actually mentioned this to me, is that Vanguard increased their position in Zomedica. So I wanted to touch on that and kind of hit on the big main things why I'm so bullish on Zomedica. Remember, guys, my channel and my videos are not for financial advice. Rather, I'm just here to educate and entertain everyone. And again, just trying to give you my perspective on the stock market and my stock picks. Before I do dive in, I will touch on all the things I want to talk about with Zomedica, but please feel free to join the Discord, guys, below, where fantastic conversations are being had every single day. I'm there to see it first-handed, and again, a place to kind of direct message me to just pick my brain on certain things. That's what I'm here for. So please feel free to join the free Discord below, your pop Discord server. And before I continue on to the video, I did want to, of course, give a shout out to the Patreon. This has been, remarkable. We're growing very quickly at 37 members. So between each video, it seems like more and more people are joining us on Patreon. And I kind of mentioned in my previous video that my goal with the Patreon is to hopefully start having weekly calls with my Patreon members. Again, today is Valentine's Day, so anyone celebrating, happy Valentine's Day to you and your family members or your loved ones. But, starting hopefully next week on Sunday, I want to continue to have weekly 1 hour calls with everyone in a group phone call. That's part of the Patreon, where we'll talk about our stock picks, buys, sells, etc. And, just to kind of bounce each other, ideas off each other to make sure we can support one another. So again, between last time and this time, I do want to give a shout out to all the new members. So Alexis, shout out to you. Joey, thank you so much for joining the journey. Amber, Peter, Pan, and Tommy. You guys, the 6 of you, thank you so much for joining us. And, I want to continuously show you support. So for supporting the channel and, at least trying to help me in this way, I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot, and it does help out the channel quite a bit. Now, Zomedica. Why am I updating you guys yet again? And I'm going to continue to have updates between now and the True Pharma launch and thereafter. I want to continuously provide everyone with updates as often as I can. But here on fintel.io, they kind of show you what the institutions are doing. I don't have a premium account, very basic account, so anyone can do this on their own. But you could see when, again, these bigger hedge funds and bigger institutions are buying in or selling a stock. So as you can see, green here, as they mentioned, green rows indicate new positions are being established. Red rows means that they're closing positions. So Raymond James and Associates, M&T, this is all just last week on Friday. Literally on Friday, or Thursday is it? Yeah, the 12th on Friday. A lot of people are opening new positions on Zomedica. And again, like you and I as retail investors, we might buy 100 shares, 1,000 shares, even up to 5,000. But these institutions have a lot of money because that's what they do. They buy into stocks and they hope to make a crazy profit out of them and then sell them. That's how they, bring in money to their businesses. So again, that's what these hedge funds do. So as you can see here, lots of green. And then the big thing that kind of caught my eye is Vanguard. So Vanguard Group, as you know, for example, with my employer where I currently work, Vanguard, their ETF is one that's so reputable that most Fidelity IRAs, it's individual retirement accounts, have Vanguard as an option for people to put, to choose from as, if you want to go aggressive or less aggressive, whatever you decide, Vanguard is one of the options. So Vanguard here, as you can see, they actually increased their position. And again, no new positions, but on the 12th, last Friday, they increased their Zomedica position. So if we click to see more details, they currently report 79.47 increase in ownership of Zomedica, or Zomedica Pharmaceutical, ticker symbol ZOM. So on the 12th of February, Vanguard filed a 13 FHR, which for our purposes we don't really care about, from disclosing ownership of 19.3 million shares of Zomedica, with a total holding of $4.4 million, again, as of the end of last year, end of December. So if we look at the Vanguard group, you could kind of see a graph of shares held on the y-axis, and on the x-axis you could see the time chart. So they had a lot of shares once upon a time. It looks like they were selling, sold a bunch through 2019, kind of kept, about 1,000, 2,000 shares. Nothing crazy at all. But even right now, they don't have an insane amount. But still, the fact is they're increasing their positions. And remember, the shares held, you have to multiply this by 1,000. So that doesn't mean they have 4,000 shares, when it's at the 4,000 mark, or currently where it's at, right about above this 5 to 6,000, between 5 and 6,000, but you multiply that by 1,000. So that's millions of shares. So as you can see, guys, what has happened since, between now and they have, before the True Pharma launch, exponential increase in the amount of shares that Vanguard is owning. We as as retail investors need to look at this as, these guys know the things that we probably don't know. What's happening potentially on the back end. They have more information than we do because, again, they just have a lot more tools. But if you could see here, there's a continuous run-up on the amount of shares that they've been having. A little bit of sell-off. Yeah, sure, they'd have, it spike when it hit around $3. So maybe they had some limit sells. I have no idea. But as you can see, continuous increase in the position size. And that's why they disclosed end of last week. So everyone that's, been kind of worried, always having institutional buy-in, that is huge for us retail investors, because then we know these bigger institutions who are buying shares, they're buying more of the shares, which is in turn increasing the price of the stock. So this not only helps the stock continuously have a run-up, but this gives other investors, kind of more, I don't want to call it solidarity, but it gives them that hope or understanding that, hey, maybe this penny stock does have some potential in the future. And for me, nothing goes about it. My thesis, I stand very firm on the True Pharma, guys. I am standing 100% firm. I know YouTubers have come out and said, oh, it's not that much better. But guys, instant results. I know IDEX, one of the biggest competitors right now. The thing about it is a lot of these places, a lot of these current companies, you have to send out your samples, right? Your diagnostic, because they do have the diagnostic tools available. But the fact with the Zomedica, it's going to cost a fraction of the share. I currently have an email sent out to the CEO and the CFO of Zomedica, and I told them kind of my thoughts and what I do on my channel, because I told them a lot of my viewers are people who are investors of the company. So what I want is for them to answer the questions that I'm looking for. How much will the True Pharma cost when it gets commercialized? How many vet offices are they looking to implement their True Pharma in and their services? So again, the big thing is you have to understand it's going to potentially cost a fraction of the share that current diagnostic testing cost. And the biggest thing is the instant gratification, the instant results within 20 minutes or less on average of the, if you want to have to get the sample from the patient. So the fact that it works in a fractional time, fractional cost, those are all the things that really excite me in the long run. And shout out to Jason real quick, Jason R. He's a vet that came on the Discord that kind of talked about his fears with Zomedica, and he said that he actually recently sold a lot of his position because he said he was worried about the overall valuation of the company, being that it's a $2.4 billion company with no sales, does worry him. And honestly, for me, I feel like now what we're seeing is not the fact, again, they do not have any sales. Sure, that's true. But the fact is that it's getting priced in that the True Pharma is going to do well. So what we hope is people who are investing currently or who invested in the past, is that we're hoping that not only is it priced in currently, but the fact is when the True Pharma does get released, it's going to even break through those barriers, break through those current targets, and have very successful sales come Q2 2021. That's the big things here with Zomedica. So he did share his perspective, which I really appreciate, and that's why I tell everyone, join the Discord. And the rollout of and this is, again, I'm going to continue quoting Jason here, the rollout of the True Pharma is exciting, and the ability to do in-house thyroid levels, so T4, so they look at thyroxine levels, free T4 and EACTH, adrenal levels, will be a selling feature depending on price, but they do not have any plans to roll out basic chemistry panels, which again, if you look at their pipeline, I know he had that fear there. So again, I'm talking from a vet perspective, which I think we need to all embrace, right? We have to respect the fact that this guy, he's a vet. So again, Jason, thank you so much for giving us your perspective. But if we go here to their main website, you could see, let's see, I think it's on the main website, somewhere probably within here. Investors, usually they have things like their pipeline, right? Regardless, I don't want to go off on too long of a tangent here. As you guys can see, I should have at least looked at, let's see, company profile. Regardless, what I'll say is we know that they have other things on their pipeline that they're looking for, right? So right now, for some reason, I can't find it. quickly on their website. I've seen it before. You can go back to my videos and view that. But the fact is the True Pharma is only the start. They're going to have a lot more incoming for their company. So that's why I'm super excited about the True Pharma and Zomedica as a whole, not just specifically this one product, although this is the one that's the biggest catalyst. But also understand, as I mentioned, it is being targeted by Wall Street bets, which again can affect and manipulate the price for the short term. So please be careful. Set your trailing stop losses, folks. If you're up 100, 200, 300, 400, 500% on the stock since we talked about it, then please set your trailing stop losses. It's okay to sell your shares and come back into it. Again, for the long run, I am very bullish and long on Zomedica, and I hope we continue to see it succeed. So as always, everybody, please do your own due diligence, do your own research in the stock market before putting your money in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow's a work day, so I'm going to be signing out here. Bobby, eating a little something, drinking something, and going to sleep. So as always, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Join the link below if you do need 4 free stocks. You do get 4 free stocks by joining Webull when you deposit $100. So feel free to join with my Webull affiliate link. You will get those free stocks, hopefully. And also you get access to the pre-market and the aftermarket. So pretty big deal if you ask me. As always, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, everybody, 2 salutes to you. Keep investing.